Café and Networking Podcast promotes business experts throughout the world. I'm Tom Reaoch, known as the King of Networking, podcasting, networking, connecting people from my studio in Brazil. Today we talk with Alvin Narsey, and he's joining us from Germany. Alvin Narsey is a retail business coach, helps retail business owners create more time and freedom by increasing their cash flow and profit. So Alvin, why should a retail business owner work on the business and not in it?
Yes, thank you, Tom, for the opportunity. So this is something that I learned very, very early on in my business career. I used to own, buy and sell pharmacies in Melbourne, Australia for about 15 or 16 years. And I was very fortunate in the beginning of my business journey. I had some really good mentors and coaches that sort of helped me along my journey. And one of the key points that very early on that was made to me and impressed upon me was, in order for you to grow as an individual and grow as a business, and for the business to provide you what you want out of life, as a vehicle for you to explore your life and yourself, it's really important that you work on the business, not in it. So what does that involve basically? So in my case, for example, as a pharmacist, I am a scientist by profession. I'm working in the business, dealing with patients and clients and all that other fun stuff that's in there, which is great. But very early on, my mentors sort of said to me, like, what do you really want to do with your life? What's really important to you? And so for me back then, and it still is because it is one of my major values, it's travel and adventure and freedom. And so, in order for us to work on my travel adventure to get that part fulfilled, so ultimately I can be happy, let's work on the business. So working on the business involves really taking a step back, understanding what you want out of life. And the second part is looking at your business from above and working on really growing the business, ensuring that there are systems and procedures in place, ensuring that you have sufficient key performance indicators or KPIs that you can track and measure. So ultimately, when you, hopefully, if you want to, if that's a goal of yours, to take a step back from the day-to-day running of your business, you can use these KPIs as a key gauge on how your business is going.
Right.
And also how you can, really ensure that your team, because your team will be running and growing the business, are actually moving the dial for you on a store level, in my case.
And your team on a store level, those are the persons who are face to face to the clients.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then you win it or you lose it there.
Absolutely, especially in a really competitive retail environment where, it might be really difficult to see the value of, especially with the online space that's really apparent versus coming into store. I know in Australia anyway, and in Germany, there's quite a lot of preference to buy online. But really as a retailer, we've got to really harp on that experience with what you were saying, is having our staff really providing a magical experience for our clients and potential clients.
And what we see in Brazil, to the same point, people learn more about products. The consumer learns more online, but eventually he goes into the store and he expects who's ever there, the physical person, can answer any outstanding questions. And that's Absolutely. A challenge today because the consumer comes so well prepared.
Absolutely. Yeah. The consumer already knows everything about almost everything that that they're there to buy. And then it's for us on a store level anyway, and for our team, just to make sure that, one, we're really understanding and listening to our client and making sure that we're helping them with whatever they need. And certainly, it's also respecting their knowledge as well. And, coming up to that happy medium where we can ultimately give them the best value that we can.
Well, we've talked about Brazil or Australia or Germany, but retail, and back to your original vision, is everywhere. You don't have to be in one place. It all starts in one place.
Yes.
But as you travel, have you seen in your travel, some things are the same, but certainly other things can be different?
A lot of things are different across the board, and a lot of things are very, very similar. One of the major things that I've been traveling through Europe and I've been noticing is the way that the way that retailers here are slightly different to, well, the retail customer experience here is slightly different to what it is in, Australia or what I've experienced in the US. But it's also just a cultural thing as well. I would say, people in Europe or in Germany anyway, they're probably what their expectation of customer service is versus what I'm used to providing in Australia or what I've experienced in the States is slightly different. And you can get away with perhaps, if I want to be cheeky, a lot less customer service here in Europe than you can, in my experience, in Australia or the US.
Well, that could have been the case, I think, pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
I think what we've all learned is the pandemic has educated many people about going online, from one side. Post-pandemic, people are traveling again. And
yes.
In any country, we are here in Brazil, Australia, Germany, and Europe specifically. You've always received a lot of people from everywhere. And they're clients. They go into a farmer's, they go into a baker's shop, they go into anywhere. Yep. And they have basic expectations. And today it's become pretty global.
Yeah, totally. It has. And, and the world is getting smaller. So exactly like you said.
Very good. Well, Alvin, you plan to stay in Germany. Is that the question? Is that the case?
Well, maybe. We're here for the time being. We've been here for about 7 months, and we'll just have to see where it takes us. We have a home back in Australia as well. So, we'll just continue to explore.
Well, Reaoch can take you anywhere.
That's right. And the great thing about the internet is I sort of help my clients all over the world. And I think, the business landscape is changing. It's making it easier thanks to the pandemic for me to do so. So just keep my eyes and heart open and see where it takes me.
Get out and walk around the streets, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Very good, Alvin. So where can our listeners find you?
Sure. You can find me all over the place. The best place are LinkedIn and Facebook. If you just look for my name, Alvin Narsey, send me a message. Let me know that you heard me on Tom's show, and we can continue the conversation.
Very good. So thanks again, Alvin.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate the opportunity.
And for our audience, it's Alvin Narsey, Alvin, and the last name is Narsey. You can find him on LinkedIn or Facebook at alvin.narsey.7. So thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Café Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information on their website, focusmi.com. Thanks for listening until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.